Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. Joining us today is Mr. Tushar Anand. He is the VP of Aston Martin. We are at the unveil of the Aston Martin DB12 twin turbo 671 bhp super tourer, which can do 300 kilometers per hour. Mr. Anand, welcome to BQ Prime.
Thank you so much.
First up, who is this car meant for?
I think this car is meant for every customer who understands the legacy that Aston Martin stands behind and anybody who wants to get their hands behind the wheel.
So, what is the buyer profile like? Who is the car aimed at? Especially because the car costs about 4.5 crore ex-showroom.
So this is for someone who's looking for a super tourer per se, because we've built the first super tourer for us and Grand was not enough for Aston. This car stands between the ultimate sports car and the ultimate luxury car. So this is for someone who enjoys luxury but wants the power with it.
Let's talk about a bit numbers there. What are your sales expectations from the car?
So we expect to deliver this car to every enthusiast who wants it. And these are very hand-built cars and each car is different from itself. And it takes about 6 to 9 months for each of these cars to build because we still hold the legacy of it being hand-built. So it is for anybody and everybody who'd want it.
Okay. So you're not specifying a clear number. Okay, fair enough. 6 months into this fiscal, how has been the sales of Aston Martin in India so far? How many units have you delivered?
So I can proudly say I'm the first guy in the country who doesn't have a sales target behind his back, because we believe in delivering customer experiences and our cars take its own sweet time to get built because each customer wants it differently. The stitching has to be different. We have something called the Q program. So we don't go by numbers of a fiscal year or a financial year or a calendar year, per se, but we believe in delivering those experiences to our customers.
Okay, fair enough. Let's talk about a little bit of the industry. How has the Indian car, so I'm sure you have seen the Indian car market for a long time. How has the Indian car buyer, especially in this luxury segment, evolved? What is the demand like for crore plus cars? I know you are in a bigger benchmark, but I think the people who are looking for a crore plus car would also look to graduate to a bigger car or a more luxurious car. So again, the question, how do you see the Indian car buyer has evolved, especially in the luxury segment?
So India is the fastest growing economy now, the third largest in the world. And the customer base is slowly moving away from premium into ultra premium as well. We're seeing great growth. The ultra premium segment has grown by close to 35% over the last year. So we are seeing great traction for sports cars as well as luxury cars in the market. And understanding a crore plus, I think a lot of the customers are moving into this niche segment with cars being assembled now in the country, which are bringing down costs as well and making it more affordable. And affordable luxury is becoming a thing in India.
Do you have plans to assemble cars in India?
No, we plan to keep our cars completely assembled in the UK, where it's planned for, simply because we want to maintain the highest amount of standards that this car brings with it.
Any plans of electrification? Any plans to bring an electric Aston Martin anytime soon?
Yes, for sure. In between 2025 and 2030, you can expect the first EV Aston coming out.
Okay. Final question to you, sir. Have you driven the car? What are your thoughts about it?
I think this is one of the best cars that I've ever driven, and not because I work with this brand, but this fits in so perfectly. The plantedness of this particular car is phenomenal, and I'm excited on what the customer expects from this car.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
For joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, viewers, for tuning in. This is Tushar for BQ Prime.